In the darkest years of World War II, food was as critical as ammunition. Nations feared starvation as much as enemy bombs. Fields were exhausted, fertilizers were scarce, and entire agricultural systems were collapsing under pressure. That's when scientists stumbled upon something extraordinary, a naturally occurring fungus that appeared to double crop yields in just 14 days. Then, it vanished. For nearly 80 years, this biological breakthrough remained buried in forgotten wartime reports, classified agricultural trials, and obscure academic footnotes. No textbooks, no documentaries, no mainstream discussion. So what was this fungus? And why was it quietly erased from history? The story begins in the early 1940s, when Allied and Axis researchers alike were experimenting with soil biology to increase food output fast. Traditional fertilizers were expensive, rationed, or diverted to explosives manufacturing. Scientists began looking underground, literally. During routine soil inoculation experiments, agronomists noticed something strange. Certain test plots treated with a specific mycorrhizal fungus showed explosive plant growth. Root systems expanded dramatically, leaves thickened, crops matured faster. In some trials, harvest output doubled within 2 weeks. At first, researchers assumed an error. They repeated the tests. Same results. The fungus didn't act like fertilizer. It didn't feed plants directly. Instead, it formed a symbiotic relationship with plant roots. Here's what made it so powerful. Root expansion. The fungus extended microscopic filaments far beyond root zones, massively increasing nutrient absorption. Phosphorus unlocking. It converted inaccessible soil phosphorus into plant-usable forms. Water efficiency. Plants required significantly less water to achieve the same, or greater growth. Stress resistance. Crops became more resistant to drought, disease, and poor soil conditions. In wartime trials, wheat, potatoes, and legumes showed the most dramatic gains. To military planners, this wasn't just agriculture, it was strategic power. Here's where things get, well, uncomfortable. First, it threatened the fertilizer industry. By the late 1940s, synthetic fertilizers, especially nitrogen-based ones, were becoming really big business. Many of these were actually produced by the same companies that had supplied explosives during the war. So, a living fungus that could regenerate soil and reduce fertilizer dependency, well, that posed a massive economic threat. Second, it couldn't be easily controlled. Unlike chemicals, living organisms evolve. Governments and corporations struggled to standardize, patent, and, mass control the fungus. That made it pretty unattractive in a post-war world that was so focused on industrial scalability. And then, there's Cold War secrecy. Some strains were classified because of their potential use in food security warfare. If one nation could grow twice the food with half the resources, it would hold a serious geopolitical advantage. So instead of a public rollout, the research was just, shelved. For decades, references to the fungus only appeared in declassified World War II agricultural memos, Soviet-era soil biology papers, and obscure Eastern European agronomy journals. Western academia, largely ignored it, favoring chemical solutions instead. By the 1960s, the Green Revolution was in full swing. Synthetic fertilizers won, and, the fungus just faded into obscurity. In the last 15 years, soil scientists have quietly rediscovered what World War II researchers already knew. Modern studies on arbuscular mycorrhizal fungi, AMF, show yield increases of 30 to 100% under the right conditions, long-term soil regeneration, and a reduced need for synthetic inputs. Sound familiar? What's different now is, honestly, the sense of urgency. Soil depletion, fertilizer shortages, and climate stress have forced scientists to look back and realize we may have ignored one of the most powerful agricultural tools ever discovered. Today, over 40% of global farmland is degraded. Fertilizer prices are unstable, and climate unpredictability threatens food systems worldwide. That World War II fungus wasn't just a curiosity, it was a warning from history. Nature already solved the problem, but, we just chose not to listen. As fertilizer prices rise and global soils collapse, This hidden fungus may be the key to the future of food. Was it suppressed to protect profits? Was it too powerful to control? Or did we simply choose the wrong path? Watch to the end. You'll never look at soil the same way again.